Thanks for tuning in to our conversation with Rudy Gobert, brought to you by Larry H. Miller Lexus in Linden, Utah, and Larry H. Miller Lexus in Murray, Utah. Thanks for joining us, Jake Scott from the Zone Sports Network in Salt Lake City, and joining us now from the Disney campus, the NBA bubble in Orlando, two-time Defensive Player of the Year, Jazz center, all-star Rudy there with us. Rudy, how are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Hey, doing great. Thank you so much for joining us. Very much looking forward to it. And hey, after a morning after your game last night, 2 free throws to win it, it's got to feel pretty good.
It was great. It was great to get that first win more than anything. You know, be able to get back on the court with my teammates, and you know, after a long few months, you know, it was a blessing to be able to get back out there.
You had the first basket for the NBA's return, the very first one. And considering how things ended, that had to be that seemed significant to me.
I mean, it was great to get off to a good start, you know, and obviously it's always, you know, funny how things work in life. And I had to be the one to get the first basket.
Of course, our friends at Lexus, the ones who brought us together today. Rudy, I've got to ask you, what's your favorite part about driving your Lexus?
I would say more importantly, it's very comfortable, you know, very comfortable, very easy to drive, you know, and I really enjoy it. Let's talk a little bit about the bubble experience down there, because, of course, you don't need your Lexus down in Orlando because you're not going anywhere. So tell us, what's it like? What's a day like in the life of Rudy Gobert in Orlando right now? I mean, it depends. Every day we have usually like a practice or, you know, a little schedule, you know, time with the team. And then the rest of the day is pretty much, you know, you do what you want to do. You know, so for myself, it's recovery time, reading, video games, you know, catching up with some other friends that are in the bubble too. And, you know, just regular life. You know, the only thing is that you can really get out of the bubble. Rudy, you mentioned enjoying reading, and I've heard you before mention that this experience it kind of fits your lifestyle because you're a little bit introverted. Tell us what you like to read, what you've read recently, maybe a genre. You know, I love books that help me grow as a person. You know, I think you know, I'm 28, but I feel like you know, I'm very curious about a lot of things, and you know, philosophically and non-philosophically too. So, you know, I'm just open to learn a lot of things. And, you know, there are a lot of great books out there, and I'm, you know, I'll try to keep learning as I read more and more of these books. What is your go-to video game right now? Right now, Call of Duty Warzone. Yeah, I think half the team is playing that game, and, you know, a lot of guys are playing that game, so it's pretty fun. Tell us a little bit about the setup down there at Disney from a recreation standpoint. Can you go outside, play golf, fish, or is it too hot to do any of that right now? We can do it. I mean, we can obviously go fishing, bowling, golfing. You know, you have some little outside the swimming pool area. You know, you can play beach volleyball. I mean, it's a resort, you know, so it's a pretty good atmosphere, you know, it's pretty cool. You know, guys usually like meet each other at the pool, and we can hang out by the pool, and there's food, drinks, whatever. So it's a pretty relaxed environment outside of the games and stuff. There has not been a positive COVID-19 test since you all went down to the bubble. That's got to reassure you, I would imagine. I mean, it's great. It's great news, especially for the well going of the rest of the season. You know, I think the NBA put together, you know, something that keeps us as safe as we can, and you know, as we keep tracking the testing every day and make sure, you know, we don't allow an outbreak inside of the bubble. I think most of the players are feeling safer and safer, so it's a really positive thing. And hopefully, it stays that way until the end of the season.
So it seems amazing that March 11th, it feels like so long ago, that infamous night, of course, in Oklahoma City, Rudy. And, everything, the world kind of came to a stop after that, which seems so surreal. That experience for you, was it hard? Was it frightening? I mean, take us through kind of how you felt from that night in Oklahoma City and through the layoff.
It was a really intense experience for myself, and I think for every single person in the world. I mean, just I don't think the world has experienced a pandemic like that since we were born. I mean, since I was born, since probably you guys were born. I think that's the first time we experienced something like that. So obviously it was a tough experience, but I think the most important thing for me was to really stay positive, keep taking care of myself, my family. Obviously, the toughest part for me was that I was far away from my family. My mom was stuck in France, and the rest of my family too. So that was the toughest part, because I haven't seen my mom since February, since the AllStar Weekend. But beside that, I'm glad that I feel good now, that I'm in a great place, and I'm excited to be able to get back on the court.
Rudy, you mentioned AllStar Weekend, and you mentioned last time that you saw your mom, and I remember how important that was to you to make the All-Star team, in a sense, for her. How special was that weekend between the two of you, especially now we know that was the last time you saw her for a while?
It was great. I think she was really proud, really happy to be there. My sister, my brother also were there. It was a great moment for us. It's something that they knew that I really wanted to accomplish that. They were really happy to share this, and I was really happy to share this moment with them.
And playing extremely well, I'm sure, helped too.
I mean, it makes it a little better, for sure.
No doubt. Hey, back to kind of the time off. Tell us what you did to stay in shape. I know, you talked to different players around the league, and some had more resources than others. What did you do to make sure you kept your body in tip-top shape?
I mean, I'm fortunate enough to have a gym in my house, so I was able to keep working on my body, keep working on my basketball skills, and I did a lot of boxing, some yoga, a lot of hiking too, just all the things to try to get my body and my mind right, and I think being able to be in Utah with the great outdoors that we have and the nature and stuff, it really helped me.
Rudy, I'm just trying to picture you doing yoga. I mean, that what's your best yoga position?
My favorite one is the one when you just lay on your back and close your eyes. That's the best. That's the end of the session. You just lay on your back and relax.
Rudy Gobert is with us from Orlando in the Disney campus, courtesy of our friends at Larry H. Miller Lexus. And Rudy, on the return, was it difficult to reconnect with your teammates? I know you guys have been practicing for a while now, but was it hard to get that, that connection back, or did you guys pretty much pick up right where you left off?
I mean, we kind of gradually reconnected. Like before we went to Orlando, guys were going to the facility. I was going to the facility like once or twice a week. So we were able to see each other for a little bit and kind of reconnect. And then we started playing, practice like pickup games. And we played together for a while, especially most of the guys. So the habits kind of, come back pretty quickly. And even though, it's still going to take, I think, a few games to get where we want to be as a team, I feel like I'm pretty confident with the way we've been playing and the way we've been practicing. And I really like what I'm seeing.
What's Coach Quinn Snyder been like through this situation and his leadership through a unique time?
He's been great. Quinn really stayed in touch with me throughout the whole process. He was really present for me, and now that we back to trying to accomplish something, I can feel that he's really motivated, and obviously Quinn is always motivated, but like it's great to see him, with high hopes for our team, and and trying to push us to be the best team we can be.
Not only is the world in this country dealing with the pandemic, obviously, but also there's some social justice issues that are out there, and Black Lives Matter, and there's been demonstrations, as I'm sure you know, and the NBA and the Players Association have embraced some messaging. And your thoughts on the kind of social justice vibe to this restart?
I mean, to me, I think it's important for us to have a positive impact and spread positivity and the important messages to, more importantly, the younger generations. I think, I put equality on the back of my jersey because, I feel like we've come a long way, but I still feel like we have a long way to go in our society. I want my kids to know that, to live in a world where, where people are treated the same regardless of the skin color or the religion, or whatever can divide us. I think the beauty of this country and of my country, France, is that we have diversity, based off our history and, how things happened in the past. And I think we have to embrace it, and we have to stop lying to ourselves and acting like there is not a racial problem in our countries, and I think all the things we do, kneeling and all that, it's not really about disrespecting the flag. It's actually showing, respect to the flag, but showing that, there are things that the flag stands for freedom, and we feel like some people in this country are still not free, and and it's a way of showing that we want change for the better.
It seems like it's important to you and your teammates to express yourselves together. Is that the case, that it's kind of you want to send a team unified message?
I mean, I think in whatever we do, I think as human beings, I think we're stronger together. And, I feel like whether it's a message, whether it's financially helping our communities, whether it's, anything we do, I think, when you do it together, it's much more powerful than when you just do it individually. And, and that's what we've been telling each other, when we talk to one another. I think the most important thing is to, no matter what we do, is to do it as a group. And, and when we do that, it's much more powerful.
Seems like the NBA wanted to allow its players to use the platform to express themselves. Is that? I guess it would be pretty. Is it pretty cool to play in a league that prioritizes that they want you to be able to express your opinion and be heard?
I think it's great. It's great for the NBA to allow us to just use this huge platform that is the NBA to spread the messages that we want to spread. I think like I've been saying, there's millions of people that are watching us, especially a lot of kids, and it's important for us to, as role models, try to spread the most positive messages that we can spread, and those future generations are going to be the one that gonna still be in this world when we are not there anymore, and they are the ones that are going to be part of that change too, that positive change that we want for this country and obviously for the world in general. So it's important for us to try to show the right example by standing up for what we think is right.
Rudy Gobert is with us from the Disney campus in Orlando, the bubble, thanks to our friends at Lexus. And Rudy, I do want to talk some basketball with you, and I want to start with the free throws that you made last night. That's something that you've improved on so much in your career, is not only free throw shooting, but free throw shooting in the clutch. And last night you buried 2, no problem, to win the game. Tell us about your free throw routine and how were you able to just step up and knock those down no problem?
I think the most important thing for me was just to take my time and just shoot to make it. And I've been working on my free throws every single day, since probably the last 3 months, and I'm really confident. I think I've never been so confident in my free throw shooting and my routine and all that stuff. And I know that for my team to take another step and for myself to take another step, it's really important for me to shoot, above 70%, and even above 80%, would be great. So it's I know that it's really key for us if you want to win a championship, and and I've put a lot of work in to be able to knock down the free throws when teams foul me.
Now, we don't get to see all of practice, Rudy, but they let us sneak in a little bit at the end. And I don't know if folks out there know that you can make threes. It's not just free throws. I've seen you make a bunch of threes in practice, and maybe down the line that will be more part of your routine.
I like to hear that. But yeah, definitely. I've been working on my shot even more and extended the range a bit, and I'm going to keep working on it. And when I feel like I'm really comfortable to be able to shoot in the game, it would be time to unload in the game.
Alex Jensen is the assistant coach that works closely with you. What impact has he had on your game, and what's it like to play? I would say play for him, but play under his tutelage.
I mean, it's been great for me. We have a very close relationship. He was there since my rookie year, and he kind of made his way up through the coaching staff as I made my way up to as a player too. So it was we have I think a special bond, and he really tells me the truth. He really he's a little hard on me. Sometimes I feel like he's trying to be too hard on me, but he really helped me, get better every day. And at the end of the day, you want to surround yourself and listen to the people that really want you to get better. And that's what Alex has been for me.
Tell us what it's like playing in that environment. Now we've seen the court on TV, we've seen the virtual fans, and I got to be honest, it looks cool. It looks really cool. What's it like there? What's the environment like?
The first time I saw the faces on the wall, I thought it was really cool, but at the same time, it was kind of a little disturbing, But now that you kind of get used to it, I think it's great. It was great to see some of my family members, some Donovan's mom. I mean, all the people that are not able to be in the bubble with us, to see them behind us on the bench. I think it was heartwarming, to see that they're here supporting us from distance. And the only thing I would say, like when you shoot free throws and you see the people behind, if you look behind, it's a little disturbing, but it's I think it's great. I think not be able to have fans in the stands. The NBA had to try to put something together so at least we can connect with at least our loved ones, or people can connect with us from distance, and I think it's a great initiative.
Is it going to be weird, especially when the playoffs start, to not have a home court advantage? Of course, in Salt Lake, not only altitude, but the passion of the fans, provide a home court advantage. Is that going to be weird, especially once you get to the playoffs?
I think so, because for the playoff games that I played in Utah, in Salt Lake City, the energy of the fans is insane, and be able to play some playoff games, I think is great, but I think we're definitely gonna miss that energy, And I'm fine playing with whatever. I think it's a different mindset, but it won't be the same for sure.
So last year you set an NBA record for dunks in a single season. This year you are leading the NBA in dunks, and of course we love the alley-oop, we love the lob pass. Tell us, though, how hard is it to really make a connection with the teammate to know that lob is going to be right where it needs to be every time?
I mean, I think it comes with time. it comes with believing in one another, and and obviously try to uh, know where to be. Know where to be on the floor. And I think my teammates have done a great job looking for me, and I'm trying to do my best to be able to get available in a position where they can see me early, and they can and try to make that pass easier for them. And they've been great.
Talk to us a little bit about being kind of the captain or the quarterback of the defense. With no fans being there, is it easier to communicate with your guys? And do you think that will give you maybe a little advantage on defense?
If there is one positive about having no fans, is definitely that. Being able to, because I remember being in some playoff games and calling the screens or like try to say something, and the fans are so loud that no one can hear. So it makes it kind of a little harder on the defense, but at the same time, the energy of the fans is unmatchable. But now, you really hear any little word, any single word that I say or that my teammates say, like, being received. So it's a big plus, I think, for our defense. And, we really, really put a lot of emphasis on communication and using that, the fact that we can hear everything to, get ahead defensively. And I believe that it's the key, for great defense. And not just basketball. I mean, any sport, like the communication part, is really, really important. And we need to be the best team at this if you want to win.
Rudy, anybody who's watched you play knows you have got to be one of the most competitive people on the planet. So with that in mind, who is your favorite opponent? Who do you like most to go up against in the league? Or is there a type of player, maybe, if you don't want to name it?
I don't have one favorite opponent, but, when it's a big game, obviously, or when there's a lot of people kind of counter-style or stuff like that, I kind of get a little extra motivated. I think that's just who I am as a person. I really enjoy the challenges. But at the same time, I know that every night, I've been defensive player of the year twice, so I know that every night, people are going to try to come at me. And I treat every single game as a big challenge. And, I try to show who I am every single night, because I know that, I can give anyone, the feeling that it's going to be easy for them when they face us.
Where does that competitiveness come from? I know a little bit about your background. I know you were a boxer as a kid, and I have this theory that, a one-on-one, mano-a-mano sport really teaches that competitiveness. Where did that fire come from in you?
Maybe it's just in my character. Maybe, it's probably the way I grew up. But it's true that I always had that competitiveness, in anything I do. I always, put all the chances on my side to try to win, whether it's a video game, a card game, anything. And, once I started to kind of like fall in love with the game of basketball, I felt like there were a lot of people around me what I mean by like my teammates, or like when I was young, that when I was telling them that I wanted to go to become professional in the NBA, that didn't really believe me. And maybe that, sparked a fire in me, and in a way that I've always wanted to prove people that I could accomplish, whatever I wanted if I put in the work and, if I believed in myself.
Rudy, we're Rudy Gobert with us from the Disney campus, courtesy of our friends at Larry H. Miller Lexus. And in fact, Rudy, I know you probably, well, in fact, you didn't get to know the late, great Larry Miller, but I knew him a little bit. And every time I saw him riding around town, I know he was a car guy, so I wouldn't dare to speak for his endorsement. But I'll tell you what, he was rolling around in a Lexus every time I saw him. So you're in some good company there.
Great.
Any thoughts? Any word you want to get out to your fans or people who may be watching this about the experience and what's going on with you?
I'll probably say I personally and we appreciate the support. We can really feel it. and we appreciate the people that support us as we keep trying to make this world a better place. There's a lot of conversations that are can be uncomfortable, but we really appreciate the people that have an open mind and that are open to the conversation. I think that's the most important thing, is to be able to have that conversation with, everyone comes from different backgrounds. We have different life experiences, and be able to put ourselves in somebody else's shoes. I think that's the start. The empathy, I think, is in our world is something that we need more and more and more. And it's never going to be perfect, but as long as we respect each other as human beings and we can communicate with each other, I think it's the world can be a great place.
Absolutely. Well, Rudy, thank you very much. Congratulations on the win last night. We're all excited the NBA is back, and we can't wait to watch it going forward. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for tuning in today to our conversation with Rudy Gobert, brought to you by our friends at Larry H. Miller Lexus in Linden and Murray, Utah.